I'm Tommy, and you are on the boat. Appreciate you being here. Aspire to inspire. Good to see you. Brock Bandy, what's happening? Kristen Melinda, thank you for being here. Disclosure, Aaron G, good to see you. Caroline in Canada, always a pleasure. Lach, what's happening? Hello, Heather. Good to have you here. K Design 8774. I'm glad you're here. What's going on, Rachel? Good to have you here. Good to look at you guys. It's cooking. Mop Man, I'm glad you're here. Do me a favor, everybody. Hit that like button, right? It makes a big difference. From Long Island. Hey, Robert. Got a lot of family out in Long Island. Roberta, any chance you get to see SNZ? Before this is over, you will. She has been trashing my keyboard for the last 20 minutes. Punisher. Glad that you're here, man. Big R. Glad you're here. Heather Snoopy, what's up? All right, people. Here's the deal. AVAC. Wouldn't be a show without you. Alaskan, what's up? So here's the deal, people. First of all, I've been talking a lot about how I didn't think that this thing was going to be a burglary gone wrong. And one of the reasons I said is because I've known a lot of, hey, Michigan, I've known a lot of burglars in my life, and these people don't break into houses at night. There's a lot of other things that I said, and it was really interesting. Somebody left me a comment last night that said, you need to see Brian Enton's most recent show because he interviewed somebody that worked burglary division, and his area was the Catalina foothills. And this guy echoed just about everything I've ever said on this channel. So if you think I'm just a dumb convict, well, you're probably right. However, if you think I'm just a dumb convict that doesn't have a handle on what's going on in terms of this situation, you should probably go and check that one out as well. This show is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be showing some things. Oh, by the way, before I get rolling, I'm not squirreling off, but this is important. We talked about going live last night at midnight. Here's the reason that I didn't. My wife was protesting at the Cult of Scientology out in LA at the Celebrity Center in their big building out there. And it was one of the heaviest things I've ever seen in my life. Chicka Cherry Cola, glad you're here. Hey, Hillbilly Girl. It was literally one of the heaviest things ever, and I couldn't leave. Just as simple as that. If it had been your wife, you wouldn't have either. It was poignant like you wouldn't believe. She ran into somebody she's known since she was about 6, and the guy was so happy to see her. And they were about to have a conversation, and the security came and forced this guy away instantly. That cult is nasty as shit. There's 300 of you in here. Do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button, hit subscribe, and hit the bell for notification. Then when I go live, you'll always know about it. Hey, Robin Ross, just got here. Did I miss anything? What about the 2 women that said they knew where Nancy Guthrie was? Well, it's funny you say that because the show today is going to be about some stuff that this is now an industry, right? Obviously, this is an industry. And, we talked on yesterday's show about how there was a former or current porn star that is a kind of a goth porn star. And, hey, Arizona, this goth porn star went out and basically did a photo shoot in front of the crime scene, which, everybody that saw this just went, boy, how bad is that? Like you talk about tasteless. This is just one of the worst things that you've ever seen, right? To capitalize on a crime in that particular fashion. And when I talked about it, people left comments and said, you're doing the exact same thing. And here's the deal. No, I'm friggin' not, right? No, I'm not. I talk about true crime. I always talk about true crime. This happens to be a case that the world is on fire for. And it's that way because it's not just, normally we talk about things that we talk about murder cases and we weigh in on things. This is a show that this one's just very, very different. And it's different because we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened to her, right? We would like to believe that she's still out there and that she's alive. The odds of that are really slim at this point. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. I know that people get very upset when I say that. And they're going to come back with a spirit box tonight. Yeah, there are people that believe in that. But if you happen to be the family of the person that has been abducted and possibly killed, and that doesn't jive in any way, shape, or form with what your particular beliefs are, I would imagine that that's powerfully offensive. I rode ambulance as a kid, and they would, someone would say as their husband or wife was having a heart attack, can you pray for them? It didn't matter what their religion was, right? If they wanted you to pray to a Hebrew God, or they wanted you to pray to a Christian God, or they wanted you to pray to Shiva, you were going to do it, right? Because it was the right thing to do, right? Sometimes the wrong thing to do is disturbing, and especially when the wrong thing to do pays a lot of money. Let's do this real quick. Check this out, people. And if this doesn't piss you off, then you're on the wrong channel. Let's start with this one. This is fairly interesting. Son-in-law confesses, the truth revealed. Look at that. There's a picture of him sitting right there in an interrogation room. Isn't that something? Huh? There he is in an interrogation room. That's pretty rowdy, don't you think? One of the problems with that is, of course, it never happened. It absolutely has not happened. But there are people making a fortune on this stuff, right? Here we go. And we all recognize that guy, right? What's his name? Will. It's escaping me at the moment.
Will.
Yeah, but anyway.
George Will?
Yeah, George Will, right? Or George Went, or no, it's George Will. But that's not him. It's an AI version of him. Do you see that in the background? If you cannot, let me bum you out a little bit.